Good morning, yogis. Here we are at day 14 of the Go Love Yourself yoga offering for January. And it's another cold one here, so I've got my sweater on and we're going to try and stay warm. Come into what we call thunderbolt pose. So we've got the toes turned back. We're on the tops of the feet and then come down. If that's too much, you could always lift the hips a little bit or even place a pillow or a block on top of the heels. We're going to turn the palms to face up. We're going to close the eyes and take 3 nice deep full cycles of breath. As we inhale, we're going to feel the body expand. And as we exhale, we're going to feel the body settle. 2 more just like that. Inhales rising up and lengthening, and then exhales, feeling everything get just a little bit heavier. 1 more. And this one we'll just exhale with a sigh. Beautiful. Turn the palms to face down and reach the hands towards the knees. Round through the spine, dropping the chin down towards the chest, and really feeling a nice deep stretch through the back body. As we inhale, we're going to pull the heart through. We're going to lean the body forward slightly, roll the shoulders back, look up, and feel that nice opening through the front of the body and into the thoracic spine. And we'll take 1 more in each direction, rounding and curling, feeling as much movement in between each vertebra as we can, really tucking the tailbone under as we draw the low belly in. And then inhale, chest forward, gaze up, shoulders roll back, slight core engagement. Awesome. Let's come back up. We're going to take left hand towards right knee, place that right hand behind, and then just turn towards the right side. So coming into a gentle twist. Again, feeling that sense of lengthening as we breathe in and that settling as we breathe out. And then we'll sweep it through center. We'll come to the other side. Right hand towards left knee, turning towards the left side, almost like we were wringing out the spine. So taking the twist all the way from the tailbone, up the spine, into the neck. And then we'll draw it back through center. We're going to come into a tabletop position. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We'll just kind of curl the toes. As you breathe out, push the hips back towards the heels, lengthen through the sides of the body. Forehead moves towards the mat. It might not touch down, that's fine. So you should feel that opening through the feet, into the hips, maybe even gently up into the arms. Keep the chest open. And then we'll take the weight of the body forward. We'll drop the hips just a little bit and we'll gaze up. So it's kind of like a variation on our cat-cow as we extend and round the spine. We'll take the hips back towards the heels 1 more time, really pushing into the mat to find length through the spine. And then 1 more time, drawing it forward, lowering the belly, shifting the weight. And then we'll find our neutral tabletop position. From our neutral tabletop position, we're just going to start to circle this left knee. So the circles can be as big or as small as feels good to start, but gradually they will start to grow a little bit larger. You might even feel the pelvis kind of lifting up as you lift the leg. We'll take a few circles, moving them in the opposite direction. And then next time that left knee moves out towards the left side, we'll take fire hydrant pose. You can untuck the toes of the right foot if there's a lot of pressure on the right knee. Feeling that heat, that energy, that prana build. Let's drop the hip a little bit, but lift the knee. And then we'll take that right foot, we'll step it in between the hands, so coming into a low lunge position. From our low lunge position, we'll sink the hips down, we'll lift through the upper body. And then we'll take the fingertips towards the floor. We'll shift the weight of the hips back, draw the left toes up, and then release the forehead forward. The sole of the left foot comes down, shift the hips forward, lift through the upper body. So here you want to be feeling it into the front of that right hip. If not, take that left foot, walk it a little bit further forward, and then sink the hips lower. And then we'll shift the hips back one more time, plant the hands, release the upper body forward. And this time we're just going to shake that left foot side to side a little bit, kind of like a foot wave. Place the sole of that left foot back down. Walk the left foot over towards the right side. We're going to take a pigeon pose here, but we'll keep it an upright pigeon pose. So keeping it a little bit more active, not coming towards sleeping pigeon where we're releasing the upper body down. We're going to take that right hip, draw it forward, send the left hip back. And then planting the hands, sliding that left foot back into our tabletop position. Let's do one cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, gaze up. As you exhale, pushing into the mat, rounding the spine, tucking the chin down as you let the head hang heavy, tailbone moves in and under. And then finding that neutral tabletop position. We'll start to circle the right knee. Just noticing if this side feels any different than the last side. Taking those circles and spiraling them out so they're growing larger. And then we'll circle them opposite direction. So simple movements like this, especially in the morning when it's cold, help to move the lubricating fluid through the joints of the body before we start our day. Next time right knee moves out towards the right side, let's hold it there. So we're engaging core, we're drawing up through the pelvic floor, lower belly tucks in towards the body, and then we use the glute to lift that leg and that knee. So feeling the heat build. You might notice some shaking. It's all good. Keep the face relaxed. Keep the jaw soft. And then we'll take that foot. We're going to step it in between the hands. Find our low lunge on this side. Walk the hands up towards the knee. Lift through the upper body as we sink down through the hips. And then we'll take the hands down on either side of that right foot. We'll release the hips back. Right toes reach up. We'll see if you can keep a little bit of opening to the chest and the heart so we're not rounding through the spine too much. And then we'll drop the sole of that right foot back down, lower hips as we rise back up. Awesome. One more time, sinking the hips back, taking the hands down. Now, if the hands don't reach the ground, remember you can always use props. And this is where we're going to take that right foot and just give it a little shake from side to side. And then we'll take sole of the right foot back down. We're coming into our pigeon pose, walking that right foot over towards the left side this time. Finding a place to settle the hips so that they're close towards the floor. They may or may not touch down. It's all good. And then we draw that left hip forward, send the right hip back, but let's stay in upright. So just a little bit more of an energizing variation to the pigeon posture. Lift through the heart. You can imagine pigeons, they have that like really proud chest. They're sending that heart space forward and through. And then from here, we're just going to take the weight of the body over towards the right hip, swing the left foot around, and come through seated. From here, we'll take the right ear towards the right shoulder, stretch the left fingertips out. Releasing that left hand, dropping chin down towards the chest. Left ear towards left shoulder, reaching right fingertips away. Releasing right arm, sweeping chin down towards chest and just letting the head hang forward. Let's take the hands towards heart center into what we call Anjali Mudra. And it's a nice way to gesture gratitude. So just again, taking these final moments to remember all of the blessings, to be thankful for our health and our well-being and our strong bodies, and our opportunities to be open and vulnerable despite the cold outside. Opening the eyes, you can lift the head back up through center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste, yogis.